It's a beautiful summer day here, and I'm going to be taking this opportunity with this fine weather to do a little maintenance on my pathway that I have to my fireplace. And also this pathway has slowly become a family treasure here on our place. So it's important that I keep it well groomed and those kind of things. And I'm going to be doing that with the Stihl combi system today. I bought a new tool for it. It is the paddle that goes on the combi that will essentially turn rocks. That's what it's for, get rocks out of grass and those kind of things. So I'm going to be demonstrating how that's going to go today, because I have used it a little bit, but there's still some spots on this pathway that I'm going to be using to get the edges a little bit cleaner. And also going to attach the weed eater and do some edging along the pathway as well. And I'm also going to be taking my sprayer, my Stihl sprayer, the battery pack sprayer, and spraying some Bermuda grass that's on the edges with Ornamentic 170. So hope you enjoyed the video, and appreciate you watching. So just to kind of show you what I'm talking about, along the edges of this pathway, you can see right here just gravel that's kind of out of line with what I want. So I'm going to be using the combi to kick some of that back in on the pathway. And then I'm going to be taking my weed eater and just edging this to make a nice, smooth, clean line. So the sprayer, I hope the Ornamentic 170 will kick back some of this Bermuda grass that's trying to grow over the top of my gravel. This stuff is just relentless in how it spreads, and the Ornamentic 170 will cut this back some, hopefully completely. Even if I have to do another application, you can see how this stuff is starting to creep over the gravel. So that's not good, because eventually it will completely take over if I let it. But I got to get on this pretty quick, especially during these hot summer months. It just goes crazy. So I'll be using the battery backpack sprayer to take care of that. So here's the tools I'll be using today. I've got the combi, also the weed eater attachment for the combi, and then this is the paddle brush that I'm going to be attaching and showing today. I've used it once, and it does a great job. So I'm going to clean up the edges like I talked about with this, and see how it does. But from what I understand, this thing's perfect for getting grass, or gravel out of grass. So can't wait to try that out. And then I'll be taking the SG85 battery backpack sprayer and hitting that Bermuda grass. And last but not least is the Stihl BR800X Magnum blower that I'll be using to blow off the pathway as well. So let's get started and do a little work here. I got a lot of maintenance to do, so let's get busy. So I think what I'm going to do here first is weed eat the edges, and then I'll come back through and hit it with the paddle brush so I can kind of see what's left over. And then finally I'll do the spraying. Okay, so here's a look at the paddle brush. Got this rotator here that's got the little fins on it that creates the push. You got a little fender here, and then of course it all attaches to the combi itself. So I'm gonna pick out a few areas and see what this thing can do. So as you can see, this thing definitely did exactly what I was hoping it would, and that's kick the rock out of the Bermuda grass to expose it a little bit and create this edge so I can spray this with the Ornament. So what an excellent tool. I love it so far. Very easy to use. That would have took probably 15 minutes just to do this little section here. I cut it down to about 2 minutes. So just really helps define the gravel edges, and then I can come back through and with a rake and make this even better. But the thing is when you try to put a rake in something like this, it is a mess trying to keep the grass out of the rock and those kind of things. So I love this. I love the paddle. Let's keep going. I will tell you, this thing is very heavy, but still well worth the work, because again, it just picks the rock right up out of the grass and moves it. So I love it, and it defines it as well. So I'll keep doing this all along through here. So now what I'm hoping happens in this fall, I'll come through and sow more grass seed through here, because actually I've not sown grass seed at all since I did this project, but I will come through and sow some grass seed along this edge here, and hopefully the grass will start pressing up against this. And when I say grass, I mean fescue. So fescue will not spread, and I can keep it thick enough to where it does not allow the Bermuda grass to come through, and hopefully the Ornament will kick in and not allow the Bermuda grass to continue to grow as well. So just takes time to get the edges defined the way I want them. So let's keep working at it. Liking what this thing is doing. Bring in a rake and scoop in the rest of this rock, but works very nice. I love it. It's a little heavy, but again, it accomplished what I needed it to. And some could argue, well, why not make this defined when you're building your walking path with the tractor? Well, the fact is I'm just simply not that good yet with my tractor. So yes, I guess I have to spend a little bit more money to correct my errors, but it's hard to do regardless. I would say a professional, even pouring gravel on a narrow lane like this, it's tough to do. So I'm using this to help me get this back in line. So you can see here, even like this, it didn't get on the other side of that grass, but it took everything on this side and just pushed it that way. So the main idea here was to get it out of the grass, the gravel, so I don't waste it. Now I do have a little bit of a mess to clean up on my path now, but I'll try to take the blower and blow all this out. And some of it will settle in the rocks, but we'll fight that battle. If weeds and stuff start growing up in here from the organic matter that's settled in the rock, I'll tackle that when that day comes, but hopefully it won't become too big of an issue. All right, let's get to spraying. I literally have not charged this battery in months, so let's hope the old AP100, there's 2 bars left, which is nice. It's got a battery indicator there. There's 2 bars. So that should get me where I need to be. Now I'm gonna go, you see the little knob there at the top. This indicates that it's about half speed, half power. I'm gonna leave it there. Turn the bad boy on. Let's get it loaded on my back here. And I'm not gonna lie, 4 gallons on this thing is heavy on my back, no doubt. All right, I'm gonna start right here where the Bermuda really was. And this is where a lot of sun gets in through here, so the Bermuda loves this environment, and that's what I got to get out, this right here, all along through there. So see how my sprayer goes. Just gonna try to keep it along the edge here, and if I see the Bermuda, I'm gonna spray it even further out. Hopefully it'll kick back some of this crabgrass as well. I want to get all this unwanted material out of the edges of this pathway, because I'm going to come in here this fall and plant some fescue. So the more of this I can get out now, and we're sitting at the middle of July, and it is very hot. So this is a perfect time to spray unwanted weeds, or in this case, crabgrass and Bermuda grass. It's about 6 o'clock in the afternoon here. Wind is at 0, which is very important when you're spraying herbicide like this, or any herbicide for that matter. Now, typically, you definitely want to wear PPE, but I'm not spraying that much today, and I'm making sure I'm keeping this off of my legs. But you can see the spray from this thing, and again, it's not full power. You're really making a good spray here. And then I'll do a follow-up video on how this did. Hopefully in a few weeks, we'll be able to see some results here. Spraying all along the edges now. This Ornamec is selective. It kills a lot of unwanted weeds, but it is supposed to specifically target Bermuda grass, but maintain the fescue, and that's what I'm looking for. Now, I'm thinking this application is going to take care of some other weeds as well, and that's just fine. But for me, get rid of all this unwanted weeds, and then come through this fall and seed in some fescue with the drop sprayer. It's so nice not to have to pump your sprayer, and this thing really sprays so evenly. You can turn it to whatever you need. Thanks for watching. I'm going to do an update on the Bermuda grass to see how the ornament did here in a couple weeks, and I'll be giving some updates on this lane in particular, some things that I got going on for the future. And thanks for watching. Hope you learned something and enjoyed some of the equipment that can help you around your farm or land. And appreciate you watching. See you next time.